You are out. God is exposing your son. Your son is you can't. Angel says, my dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. You need to hear this message right now, and it is not a message you can afford to skip. Archangel Michael stands before you, sword drawn, wings spread wide with divine authority, declaring that this is a moment of critical revelation. This is a message about your son. This is not normal. This is not something ordinary or routine. God Himself is intervening, bringing forth a truth so powerful that your entire world may shift as you understand it. The heavens are opening, and the light is shining on a secret that has been kept hidden for far too long. You are out. Your position of ignorance, of blind trust, of denial, God is exposing it all. Your son, the person you thought you knew so well, the one you loved with every fiber of your being, is about to be revealed in a way you cannot believe. Watch closely, because what you will discover is beyond your expectations. From the moment your son was born, you have carried him in your heart as a gift, a miracle, a legacy. You dreamed of the man he would become. You prayed for his protection. You hoped he would walk the path of light, honor, and righteousness. But the spirit world does not lie, and neither does God. What is now being uncovered is the hidden reality that has lurked beneath the surface. It is a truth so profound that it shakes the very foundation of your faith. This is not a curse. It is not a punishment. It is the unveiling of a reality that demands your immediate attention, your spiritual awakening, and your divine intervention. God says, you are out. Out of ignorance, out of denial, out of blind faith in appearances, you can no longer pretend that everything is as it seems. The mask is falling. The facade is cracking. What your son has carried in silence, what he has hidden from you, is coming into the light. This exposure is not to condemn him, but to save him and save you. Because God's justice is rooted in truth, and truth must be spoken, no matter how painful. Archangel Michael himself has been tasked with delivering this message because the situation is urgent, dangerous, and beyond human manipulation. Your son's path has been marked by choices that diverge from the destiny you imagined for him. It is a path shadowed by secrets, entangled in struggles, and veiled by darkness. But know this, God's love has never left him. God's mercy is still present. The exposure is a call for repentance, a plea for transformation, a door opening for restoration. You may feel betrayed, heartbroken, confused, or angry. These emotions are natural, but they are not the final word. God is inviting you to move beyond judgment and into intercession, to pray without ceasing, to stand in the gap, to believe in the miracle of redemption. The enemy has used many tactics to deceive and destroy your son's soul. Lies whispered in the dark, temptations laid before him like traps, voices of despair that echoed louder than hope. But Archangel Michael reminds you that no darkness is too great for God's light. The battle has been fierce, and it is not over. But now, with this revelation, the scales are tipped. The chains that have bound your son can be broken. The lies that have entangled him can be shattered. The future that seemed lost can be reclaimed. Your role as a parent is sacred and powerful. You are more than just a figure in his life. You are a spiritual warrior, a prophet, a gatekeeper of destiny. This message calls you to rise into that role with courage and faith. To pray fervently, to speak words of life, to bind the forces that seek to steal his soul. The heavens are aligned with your prayers. The angels are dispatched to fight for him. But your faith must be unwavering. Your love must be relentless. Your commitment must be total. God is exposing your Son not to shame you, but to empower you. To open your eyes to the battle that rages beyond the visible. To prepare you for the victory that is on the horizon. You must now watch quickly. Time is of the essence. The enemy will try to silence this truth, to bury this revelation, to keep you in the dark. But Archangel Michael's voice will not be ignored. The sword of truth will cut through the lies. The fire of heaven will purify what it is broken. Look closely at your son's life. Notice the signs you may have overlooked. The changes in behavior, the hidden struggles, the friendships that do not align with the Spirit. These are not coincidences. They are warnings. They are the alarm sounding in the spirit realm. But do not despair. This is a turning point. The moment when intervention becomes undeniable. When God moves to restore, renew, and reclaim. Your prayers will be answered. Your tears will water the soil for new growth. Your faith will be the bridge between despair and hope. Do not give up on your son. He is still a child of God, still precious in the eyes of the Almighty. This message is a call to arms for your spirit, a declaration that you are not alone in this fight. The enemy has tried to isolate you, to make you feel powerless, to convince you that there is no hope. But God says, "I am your refuge and strength, and ever-present help in trouble." Therefore, do not fear. Do not lose heart. The exposure is the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where truth reigns and healing flows. You may wonder why this had to happen. Why your son's hidden struggles came to light this way. God's ways are higher than our ways. Sometimes the exposure is the only way to break the cycle of silence and deception. Sometimes the light must shine on the darkest places to bring healing. Sometimes the hardest truths bring the greatest freedom. This message is a gift from heaven. A divine intervention tailored specifically for you. Archangel Michael is by your side, ready to lead you through this storm. His sword is not just a weapon of battle, but a symbol of justice and protection. He calls you to stand firm, to hold your ground, and to believe in the impossible. Watch quickly, for the hour is urgent. Your son's destiny is still unfolding. The path ahead will require wisdom, grace, and unwavering faith. But God promises that the outcome will be glory. The tears will be wiped away. The chains will be loosed. The future will be bright. Receive this message with an open heart. Do not push it aside. Do not silence the voice of heaven. This is not normal because this is divine intervention. This is not coincidence because this is divine strategy. This is not a punishment because this is divine mercy. You are out of the shadows of ignorance. You are stepping into the light of truth. The battle for your son's soul has been fierce. But the victory belongs to God and to those who trust in Him. This is your time to rise, to pray, to fight, and to believe. Archangel Michael stands ready to guide you every step of the way. His sword shines bright with the power of heaven. Know this: God is not finished with your son. God is not finished with your family. God is not finished with your destiny. The exposure is only the beginning. The breakthrough is near. The healing is coming. The restoration is promised. Stand firm in faith. Speak life over your son. You will declare victory over every dark force. Trust in God's plan, even when it seems unclear. For he who began a good work in your son will carry it to completion. Your prayers have moved the heart of God. Your tears have watered the ground for miracles. Love has been a shield against the enemy. Now is the time to trust like never before. To believe beyond what you see. To hope in the midst of uncertainty. God is exposing your son for a reason, a holy reason, a sacred purpose. And through this exposure, the chains of darkness will be broken, and new light will shine on your family's future. You are not alone. You are not powerless. You are chosen to stand in the gap. Archangel Michael is with you. God is with you. Heaven is with you. Together, you will overcome. Together, you will triumph. Together, you will see the glory of the Lord revealed in your son's life. Open your heart, open your eyes, and open your spirit to this divine revelation. Watch quickly, because time is of the essence. Your son's destiny depends on your faith, your prayers, and your obedience. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. God bless you and keep you. May His light shine bright on your path. May His peace guard your heart. May His love surround your son and bring him back into the fullness of His grace. Amen. The clock is ticking down. The last seconds of these 3 hours are slipping away like sand through your fingers. The trap has been set, the bait is glowing, and the woman's plan is fully in motion. But God says, I am not finished with you yet. I am not done protecting you. The heavens have aligned armies of angels to stand guard. Archangel Michael's sword gleams with holy fire. Every chain the enemy forged against you will shatter now. But you must choose to step into this deliverance. This is not a story of victimhood. This is a story of victory. Because when God exposes darkness, light floods in. When God reveals betrayal, loyalty is confirmed. When God tears off masks, true faces appear. This woman, whose deceit has been hidden in shadows, will be revealed in the brightest day. The truth will not only set you free, it will protect generations after you. As the hour is close, you will notice things unraveling. Conversations you thought were closed will reopen. Secrets she tried to bury will rise. People you trusted may confess. But do not despair or become angry. God is cleansing. He is breaking down walls of confusion and manipulation. What feels like chaos is holy disruption, the necessary storm before the calm of restoration. This woman's real intentions will be made known publicly and privately. Her alliances with dark spirits will be undone by the power of heaven. You may wonder why God allowed her to enter your life at all. The answer is simple. You needed to see who truly belongs in your circle. You needed to develop discernment that only spiritual battles can teach. You needed to grow in your power and authority by confronting evil face to face. You are not the same person you were before. You are stronger, wiser, and more equipped to walk in your destiny. The exposure is not just about her downfall, it's about your elevation. Remember, the enemy never comes with open fire. He comes with disguise, deception, and division. But the God who called you is greater than every hidden agenda. Your breakthrough is bigger than this woman's plans. The favor on your life is more powerful than every curse spoken against you. Your purpose is more important than every lie whispered in your ear. You were created to rise, to conquer, to shine, and God will not let you fall because of a counterfeit spirit. Now is the time for radical faith. When the evidence of deceit is revealed, do not shrink back. Do not allow bitterness to take root. Do not fall into despair or hopelessness. Instead, stand on the promises of God. Stand on the truth of who you are in Him. Stand on the power of Archangel Michael's protection. Declare out loud, I am free from deception. I am protected by the Most High. I am walking in divine alignment. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am victorious through Christ who strengthens me. And know this, the moment this woman's lies are exposed, a door will open. A door you have been praying for. A door that leads to a new season of favor, abundance, and spiritual authority. God's blessings will overtake you. New connections will be made. Old wounds will heal. Your soul will be restored. You will no longer be bound by what she tried to steal or destroy. You will be raised up in glory and power. The next chapter of your life is not just about survival, it's about flourishing. Not just about healing, it's about thriving. Not just about breaking free, it's about becoming a beacon of light for others trapped in similar snares. Your testimony will inspire many. Your breakthrough will be a divine blueprint for those who walk behind you. Your victory will be the evidence that no weapon can stand against God's chosen. But none of this happens by accident. It requires your cooperation, your obedience, your willingness to trust God even when the path is unclear, even when your heart is heavy, even when the pain of betrayal cuts deep. This is the refining fire, the testing ground, the moment of choosing God's voice over every other whisper. Archangel Michael stands ready to lead you out of this darkness. But you must step forward. God says, do not delay. Do not hesitate. Do not turn back. You are my beloved. I am your refuge. I am your strength. I will fight your battles. But you must walk in my truth. You must walk in my light. You must walk away from the counterfeit and into the covenant I have written for you. The clock has nearly run out. The trap is closing. But grace is still available. Mercy is still extended. Healing is still in progress. The divine intervention is about to unfold. Your destiny awaits on the other side of obedience and faith. This is your moment of breakthrough. Take a deep breath. Stand firm. Open your eyes wide. and prepare to witness the glory of God exposing the darkness and releasing you into your miraculous future. Finally, God is exposing this woman. Open it now before it's too late. The clock is still ticking. You've been warned, but the battle is far from over. The trap still waits, poised and ready to snap shut, but the mercy of God is greater than any snare. Archangel Michael stands guard, his sword flashing in the heavenly realm, a shield for your spirit, a force that terrifies darkness. But his power alone cannot save what you refuse to protect. You must be an active participant in this divine deliverance. You must rise and declare your freedom. You must remove yourself from what's contaminated and make room for what is holy. Right now, the woman you've been warned about is preparing to make her move. She's watched your hesitation. She's noticed your kindness. She's counting on your love to blind you once more. But God is calling you to a higher love, the love that sets boundaries, the love that protects peace, the love that says no even when your heart aches. This love is not cold. It is fierce. It is protective. It is sacred. And it is what will save you from walking into destruction. You must understand that your spirit is a temple, and no defiled thing can stay inside. If you allow her presence to linger, if you continue to share your sacred space with deception, the trap will close. But if you take action, if you say no, if you walk away, even when it hurts, then you open the door for a miracle to walk in. God is clearing the field. He is preparing a new ground for your seeds to grow. The past will not define your future. The lies will not write your story. The enemy will not steal what God has already given. The next 3 hours are your battlefield and your sanctuary. The spiritual veil is thin, and decisions made now carry eternal weight. You might feel pressure to respond, to reach out, to clarify, to explain, but God says, hold fast to silence. Hold fast to prayer. Hold fast to wisdom. This is not a time for words, but for watching. This is not a time for rushing, but for resting in God's perfect timing. The exposure you've been praying for is coming, but it must come in God's way, not your way. Look around you with spiritual eyes. Notice who suddenly acts differently. Notice who tries to pull your attention away when you focus on your destiny. Notice who questions your motives or tries to convince you to settle for less. These are not coincidences. These are red flags. God's angels are waving them in front of you. You don't need to take everyone, but you need to acknowledge them. You don't need to fight every battle, but you must choose which ones align with God's purpose for you. The woman who set this trap believed she was smarter than God. She believed she could hide behind a mask forever, but the mask is cracking. The walls she built are crumbling. The lies are unraveling, and the exposure is now unstoppable. God is pulling back the curtain and revealing the spiritual manipulation that has held you captive for far too long. You will see her true face. You will see her real heart. And when you do not waste time in anger or bitterness. Instead, use this revelation as your launching pad. Use it as fuel for your faith. Use it as a reason to rise higher and shine brighter. The road ahead will not be easy. The enemy will not give up without a fight. You will face moments of doubt. You will face moments of loneliness. You will face moments when the pain feels unbearable. But remember, your suffering is not in vain. Every tear has been recorded. Every prayer has been answered. Every trial has a purpose. God's plan for you is unfolding perfectly, even when you cannot see it clearly. Archangel Michael is not just a protector. He is a warrior who fights for your breakthrough. His sword is not only for defense, but for cutting chains, breaking curses, and severing every tie that binds you to the past. You must call upon him boldly. Invite him into every moment of your day. Ask him to surround you with heavenly fire and light. Ask him to lead you out of darkness and into victory. He will not leave you. He will not fail you. He is the great defender of those God has called. Now is the time to prepare your heart. Prepare your mind. Prepare your spirit. Clear out the noise. Clear out the confusion. Clear out the lies you told yourself just to cope. You are worthy of truth. You are worthy of clarity. You are worthy of peace. And God is ready to pour that over you like a flood. But you must step into His river. You must stop resisting His current. You must stop swimming against His will. Let this be your declaration. I will not walk blindly. I will not walk alone. I will not walk into destruction. I choose to walk with God. I choose to walk in His light. I choose to walk in truth. I release the chains of deception. I release the ties of false loyalty. I release the voices that try to convince me to settle. I am free. I am whole. I am chosen. I am loved beyond measure. And I will rise in the name of Jesus. The next 3 hours are sacred. Guard them with your life. Fill them with prayer. Fill them with worship. Fill them with the Word. Do not give the enemy an inch. Do not give fear a foothold. Stand firm on the promises of God. Stand firm on the truth of your identity. Stand firm on the knowledge that your destiny cannot be stolen by a woman or a lie. Certainly. Here's a powerful spiritual message crafted with your specified theme. Archangel Michael stands before you now, his presence radiant and commanding, and he says, "This is your son." This is not normal. Do not skip this message. You are out. God is exposing your son. Your son is, you can't believe it. Watch quickly. The words come like a thunderclap from heaven itself. The spiritual realm has opened a door and through it divine revelation floods in. This is a moment unlike any other in your life. A moment where all the hidden things, all the shadows that have clung to your heart, will be brought to the light. You may want to turn away to ignore what you feel in your spirit, but Archangel Michael commands you. Pay attention now. This is urgent. This is life-changing. This is the truth you have needed to hear for a long time. You see, your son is not just the flesh and blood you look at every day. Your son represents something much deeper. Archangel Michael stands before you now, radiant in his glory, his voice filled with the weight of urgency and the authority of heaven. This is your son, he says. This is not normal. Do not skip this message. You must listen carefully because God is exposing what has been hidden for too long. Your son, your very own flesh and blood, is at the center of a divine revelation. You can't believe it yet, but the truth will shock you. Watch quickly, for time is short, and the veil is being lifted. The air shifts around you as Michael's presence fills the room with an overwhelming sense of holy alarm. This is not a message to be taken lightly. God is calling you out of silence, out of comfort, out of denial. The path ahead may be difficult, but it is necessary. You are being called to face a truth that the enemy tried to bury deep, but nothing escapes the eye of the Almighty. The light of God penetrates the darkest shadows, and now that light is shining directly on your son. Your son, whom you have loved and raised, whom you have dreamed about and hoped for, is not what you have believed. The veil of illusion is falling away. God says this is not a punishment but a revelation, a necessary exposure for healing and deliverance. It is hard to bear because it touches the very heart of your family, but God's purpose is to set you free. It is only through truth that freedom comes. You may wonder, how could this be? How could my son be involved in things I never knew? How could he be hiding secrets behind his smile, behind his kind words, behind the family dinners and everyday conversations? The enemy is cunning and deception often hides in plain sight. But God is a God of justice, and He does not allow hidden things to fester. What has been concealed will be revealed. You are out, says God. Out of the darkness of ignorance and out of the silence that protected what should have been confronted, the moment of exposure has arrived. It will not be easy, but God promises to be with you every step of the way. The anguish you feel now is the beginning of a transformation. You will not walk this road alone. God will hold your hand when your heart wants to break. He will give you strength when you feel weak. He will guide your steps through this wilderness. Your son is involved in things that you cannot yet fully understand. It may be choices he has made that break your heart. It may be alliances that threaten your family's peace. It may be struggles with darkness, addictions, or secrets that threaten his very soul. Whatever it is, God is revealing it not to condemn but to heal, to restore, and to bring light where there has been shadow. You might feel overwhelmed, confused, or betrayed. These feelings are natural. God sees your pain. God feels your tears. But hold on to this truth. The story is not over. God's plan is still unfolding. The exposure of your son's truth is the first step toward his salvation and your family's breakthrough. Trust God in this moment. Trust that His love is greater than the pain you feel. Trust that His mercy covers even the darkest mistakes. Trust that His power is stronger than any deception. God is not surprised by this revelation. He has been working behind the scenes, preparing the way for healing and deliverance. Archangel Michael urges you to pray like never before. Pray for your son's heart to be softened. Pray for his eyes to be opened. Pray for the chains of deception to be broken. Pray for protection over your family. Pray for God's will to be done, even when it is hard to understand. Prayer is your weapon. It is your shield. It is the means by which heaven moves on earth. Do not listen to the voices that say this is the end. This is only the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where God's justice and mercy meet, where healing begins, where broken relationships are restored. Your son is not beyond hope. He is not beyond God's grace. He is still your child, and God's hand is reaching for him even now. There will be moments when you want to give up, when the pain feels unbearable, when doubt clouds your mind. Remember, God has not abandoned you. He is working all things together for your good, even this. He is your refuge and strength, and ever-present help in trouble. When the storm rages, He is your shelter. You may be tempted to cover up or deny what has been revealed. You may want to protect your son from the truth, but God says, do not be afraid to face what is real. Truth sets free, no matter how difficult. Hiding only prolongs pain and allows darkness to grow. Confront the truth with courage, knowing that God stands with you. Archangel Michael reminds you that you are not alone in this battle. The heavenly hosts are with you. They are fighting for your family, for your son, for your future. Call upon them in prayer. Ask Michael to surround your son with his mighty protection. Ask for the angels to intercede on his behalf. Heaven is listening. This is a time of great testing, but also of great opportunity. Your family can emerge from this stronger, purer, and more united than ever before. God is rewriting your story, even when the pages seem stained with pain. He is weaving threads of gold into your tapestry of life. Hold on to hope. You will see answers. You will see justice. You will see restoration. God's promise is sure. His timing is perfect. Keep your eyes on Him, even when the path is dark. He is your light. He will lead you home. This message is urgent, not to frighten you, but to prepare you. The time for denial is over. The time for facing the truth is now. Your son's exposure is God's way of bringing healing where there has been hurt. This is the beginning of the breakthrough, the moment when God's hand moves in power. Do not allow shame or guilt to paralyze you. These feelings are natural, but they do not define you or your family. God's love is greater than every failure, every secret, every hidden thing. You are still chosen, still beloved, still under divine protection. Take a deep breath. Surrender your fears to God. Lay down your worries at His feet. Trust that He will make a way where there seems to be no way. Trust that He will turn this pain into purpose. Trust that He will heal your son's heart and restore your family's peace. Pray continually. Seek God's face without ceasing. The breakthrough is near. Your faith is the key that unlocks the door to God's promises. Do not let despair steal your hope. God's grace is sufficient for you. His power is made perfect in weakness. You will witness miracles. Doors will open that no one can close. Relationships will be restored. Hearts will be healed. Your son will come back to the light. He will walk in truth. He will be a testimony of God's mercy and power. Archangel Michael says, stand firm. Be courageous. Do not fear. God is with you. Your safety is guaranteed because the Almighty surrounds you. Nothing will go wrong that God has not allowed for a greater purpose. You are protected, guarded, and loved beyond measure. This is a divine assignment. You are not here by accident. You are born for such a time as this. The challenges you face are refining you for greater glory. Do not shrink back. Do not give in to despair. Rise up in faith. Speak life over your son. Speak life over your family. Declare God's promises over your home. This moment is critical. The 1-minute warning is real. The time for action is now. Pray, fast, seek God's wisdom. Surround yourself with those who pray and believe with you. Stand on the promises of God's word. Let your heart be strong and courageous. God is working behind the scenes. He is moving mountains. He is sending angels to battle on your behalf. Your son's exposure is a necessary step toward freedom. You are being prepared for the victory that is coming. Remember, God never wastes pain. Every tear, every heartache, every struggle is being used to build strength and character. Your faith will emerge stronger than ever. Your family will emerge whole. The journey may be difficult, but the destination is glorious. Your son will be a living testimony of God's redemption. Your family will be a beacon of hope for others. God's name will be glorified through your story. Hold fast to your faith. Trust in God's unfailing love. Believe in His power to heal and restore. Do not give up, even when the road is long. The breakthrough is closer than you think. Archangel Michael commands you to stand firm in prayer, to refuse fear, and to embrace hope. God is exposing what must be seen so that what must be healed can be healed. This is your moment to walk in divine authority over your family. You are safe. You are protected. You are loved. You are not alone. God is with you. Archangel Michael is with you. Heaven is with you. Your son's truth is being revealed for the sake of his son.